Have you ever seen somebody with too big of an inner chest? I don't think so. It can always be bigger. So today I'm going to show you exactly which exercises for the chest I like to do to create the biggest inner chest possible. Let's go. So the first movement is going to be the classic chest press. Now, how does this contribute to a bigger inner chest? Well, that's very easy. With a chest press, you can squeeze as hard as possible, as opposed to a bench press or double press where you can't. And the inner chest grows the most with the squeeze. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So the stretch is important, but more important here, this squeeze. And make sure to not let the tension off of your chest. Don't put it on the joints, but actually on the muscle. Feel the lactic acid burn in the chest, and that way you know you're targeting all those fibers, including the inner chest. Oh. Oh. Now, training for the inner chest means you have to cut down your weight by about 10 to 20%. Why? The squeeze portion makes it so much more difficult to complete the set and complete a rep that with the normal weight you normally would use, it's not going to be possible. All right, so how wide to grip the chest press? Well, one very easy way to do this, to find out how wide it should be, is to figure out by which width can I squeeze the chest the best. So first, with no weight, push the handles forward and see how wide should I grip the handles to get the best possible squeeze. I can already tell you, usually the closer the grip, the better it's going to feel. As well as the weight will be lower, you can safely use a smaller grip without impinging the elbows or the shoulders. So usually where I would be gripping around here for a very good stretch, I'm now going to grip right here for a very good squeeze, and the squeeze will ensure the best possible contraction and the creation of that inner chest mass. And this is that exact squeeze I'm talking about. Hey! Oof! Yo! Woo! Right after a set, you should really feel a very good pump and a lactic acid buildup, aka a burning muscle right on the inside. Up. On this exercise, this first chest press, I recommend at least 2 to 3 sets, but at least 3 in my opinion, to get the blood flowing, of 10 to 12 to 15 reps. If you're lowering the weight, we focus more on the squeeze and not on the heavy weights. Next exercise, another chest press, but this time one of my favorite techniques to get a full bursting chest. It is called, in my opinion, what I like to do it, hammer grip chest press. Like you're holding a hammer, 2 handles, squeezing the chest as hard as possible. So, one thing I like to do here is sit nice and low to be able to not just squeeze the lower chest, but also the upper chest. With a bigger filled upper chest, you'll be able to showcase a much fuller closed chest with a much bigger appearing inner chest as well. So this is the hammer grip I was mentioning. You grip the handles like this. Most chest presses have this option. Of course, this Gym 80 machine has it standard. And then, as you can see, as I'm pushing forward, I'm already automatically pushing my arms together, my hands together. And when you focus on pushing the biceps together like this, automatically you get a very good squeeze in the chest. So what you really want to focus on, because here you get a nice stretch, but that's not the important part. The important part here is, that squeeze. And right now I feel it more in the upper chest than the lower chest, and that's how you know how high your seat should be. You want to hold the squeeze for about 1 to 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds to make sure you really respect that squeeze. Go back nice and slow to the stretch, but don't overstretch. Really focus more on the squeeze and getting blood in the muscle. So a common mistake made is to overemphasize on pushing the arms forward. I understand, I'm telling you to squeeze as hard as possible. So this is a good squeeze, but some people really do this, go like this. And when you do this, this is the front delts. And then you kind of lose the retraction of your shoulder blades. You feel your rear delts leaving the seat behind you, and the front delts are now engaged. It's not going to be the chest, it's the front delts, guys. That's where you get a lot of chest injuries, but also front delt injuries, those nagging pains that don't go away. So go all the way back, make sure to keep your shoulders back, pinned to the seat behind you, and then squeeze as hard as you can without the front delts coming out and without the rear delts leaving the seat behind you. Okay. Oh. Oy, oy, oy. A big part of bodybuilding is actually seeing the chest. Respect yourself to see that inner chest you're working on, which is why I like to wear the Able stringers, which are light material, showcase your muscles, and you can use code Wesley for the ultimate golden discount. Thank you as always for that golden support. So this grip is of course a little bit more specialized, the hammer or neutral grip, which means in my opinion you should not stick around 8 to 12, but more 12 to 15. A little lower weight, a little higher volume to safely feel the squeeze and not risk any form of injury or elbow or shoulder impingement on this movement. Wait, Wesley, the inner chest, you cannot isolate this movement, you cannot isolate that part of the chest. Oh, wait a second guys, I know, that is correct. But it doesn't mean you can't get a bigger inner chest. And also, if you have any kind of asymmetry in the inner chest, the movements in this video will cause that to disappear. As the bigger the chest becomes, the bigger the inner chest becomes, and also the smaller those asymmetries become as well. So ultimately, these movements are focused on the squeeze, causing more of a muscle fullness effect in the chest. Over time, it will make your big chest even bigger, but the inner chest especially will be filled out. You can't isolate it, but you can still make it bigger. And how do you make it bigger? Well, especially on a movement like the pec deck right here. So there's a special way to do this exercise. Mostly, if I don't think about it and just do the movement, I will be doing this. This feels very light, I can very easily do the movement, but it's not as efficient or effective for the inner chest or even the chest in general. Rather than thinking about bringing the weights together to my knuckles, to my hands, you gotta think about bringing them together at the biceps. So bring the biceps together rather than the hands. So that kind of pushes the hands forward, brings the biceps closer together, and the squeeze is emphasized to the max. And in this video, to create that inner chest, we emphasize that squeeze, guys, which means less weight, more volume, better pump, better inner chest gains. Oh! Whoa! Man, if you, let's say you do 100 pounds on this, cut it down in half. That's all you need, especially when you do this at the last movement, which I do recommend you do. Hey! Oh, yeah. Oh, man. If there is any exercise where you want to go higher volume, it would be the pec deck like this. At least 3 sets. And you can go to filler here, no problem at all. 15 plus reps at least. Of course, you can do the pec deck, but also the cable flies. Usually one of these two will be occupied in your gym, so you want to have several options to do. So there's a different way to do this. This would be the regular way, of course. You're just standing like this, doing a fly. But even then, the cable pulley will be all the way up there, which means you will be hitting a different part of the chest. I am putting the cable pulley exactly at the height of my chest right here, so kind of the lower chest area, to make sure the shoulders are out of the movement and to get the chest as much in there as possible. So to do this one correctly, instead of standing right here, you want to stand way more forward to allow the pulling motion of these cables to be much stronger, which means the squeeze is automatically much harder as well. So grab the two handles, walk forward like this, and when you step forward like this a little bit, then here, you don't want to do all the way like this because you will put too much pressure on the elbows, on the shoulders and the biceps. What you do is keep the hands pretty close to the body. When you go forward, here is where you want to squeeze, just like that. So go back, feel a medium stretch, and go all the way forward like this to really make sure the squeeze is maximized like that. So the motion is quite short, protecting the biceps, protecting the shoulders, and maximizing the stress on the chest. Woo. Also same here, 3 to maybe even 4 sets, 15 plus reps. Now the fourth movement is kind of a bonus. If you have this kind of machine in your gym, it's really easy to feel the inner chest when the machine is specifically designed to squeeze the chest, just like this one. So you lay down, and as you can see, these handles are coming inwards, causing an enormous squeeze in the middle. And when you go down, it kind of feels like a fly. When you go up, it feels like a press. So it's the perfect synergetic movement to squeeze that chest without feeling anything else. No triceps, no shoulders, just the chest. So only if you have a machine like this at your gym, it will be a nice one to do, but obviously the first 3 movements I did are more or less sufficient to create that incredible inner chest. Okay guys, if you have a kind of a pump like this, you know for sure you've done the correct thing, training that inner chest and the whole chest in general. Now these were my 3, maybe even 4 movements you can do to create the biggest chest you can with a filled out inner chest. If you like this video, let me know down below, and also which other muscle groups you want me to see do for you guys. What do you want to grow? What do you want to get bigger? Is it the arms, is it the back, is it the legs? Let me know down in the comments. And of course, as always, thank you for the golden support, and don't forget to stay golden.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.